This is John T for the Boxing Voice, and I'm joined this evening by English welterweight prospect Sahir Iqbal. How are you, Sahir?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. How's the day been? You've been training and sparring today?
Sprints today, last hard sprint session, so glad it's over.
Yeah, excellent. So your fight's next Friday. We're going to come on to that in a minute. So is that your training done now? Will it be a case of going to the bubble next week?
Yeah, pretty much. It's been done. Just short, intense sessions now. Nothing, too straining on the body. But yeah, pretty much fitness and everything's pretty much there, and just staying sharp now and relaxed.
Good stuff. And I can tell from that accent, and I've done my homework. You're from Bolton, and the
Yeah,
event's in Bolton, so you must be laughing.
yeah, definitely. It was meant to be initially in Dubai, which wouldn't have been that bad, free little travel to Dubai. But I can't complain. This is literally, I think, 5 minutes in a car from my house, so it's just up the road, and it's a perfect scenario, to be honest.
Yeah, it must be perfect for you. I've interviewed a few of the fighters who are on the card, and the following week as well. And there's been some recent ones in Bolton, and a lot of them come from down south and stuff like that. So that will
Yeah.
make the travel nice and easy for you. Right, well, look, let's talk about your career. You're up to 8-0 now, Sahir, which is really, really good. Last time out, you were on another TV card on IFL TV where you won, I think it was a WBC youth title. Was that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How was it?
It was a good night, to be honest. I think everyone will say the first title you win is the most important, because it's a big thing. As an amateur, I was winning titles. I won 5 back-to-back national titles, but I always remember, the first one, because that's the one that you try your hardest and you get that first one, and it's a big relief. So felt the same way getting this title, and I thought the performance was good as well, and it was just a great day.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Tell us a little bit about your amateur career, because I'd done a bit of research. So I knew that you had a good amateur career. How many fights did you have, and what did you win?
I had around about 74, 75 fights, and I won about 65, 66, something along them. I won 5 national titles in a row, and I won 5 GB titles in a row, and a European silver medal, and I was ranked number 7 in the world at that point as well.
Excellent stuff. So very decorated and a lot of experience that come with it should put you in good stead in the pro ranks. So brings us on to your next fight. What do you know about your opponent?
I know he used to be into kickboxing and stuff like that. He was a good kickboxer. The boxer, I've seen him, and to be honest, I don't like watching too much of the people I'm fighting. I just see a round or two, because I like figuring them out whilst I'm in the ring, because you don't know what they're going to be like. They might change the way they fight and stuff like that. So I like to figure them out as the fight goes on, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he seems like it'd be a good fight, to be honest.
When you start getting to this level, and I spoke to someone else, as I said earlier, on the card, he's fighting the following week, I think, but it's a similar kind of record. And as you step up now, every fight, the level seems to be getting better. On paper, it looks a bit more 50-50. So it's definitely a step up in class for you. I mean, he's had 8 fights as well. He has had a defeat, but 7-1. Do you know anything about his style then? I know you said you don't like to look too much. Do you know what to expect from him?
I know he's a bit of a mover. He's not really too aggressive of a fighter, so he's a bit of a mover. So that's all you can really pick up on, really. Because I like looking at habits, to be honest. Because as fighters, style can change from fight to fight. So as like myself, I can sometimes fight forward and sometimes fight back. But so it just depends on the fight. But I like looking at habits and stuff like that to see if I can pick up any. But yeah, I've seen a little bit of him. All I know is he's a bit of a mover, and he's about similar height as me as well. So that's all you really need to know. I think the rest I like doing as we fight. Whilst I'm fighting that first round, I'll figure him out and I'll read what he's trying to do and go on from there.
Right, so another good fight that MTK are putting on for the fans. So I'll be watching with anticipation as well. Moving aside a bit, being from Bolton, I'm assuming you must have had some time or met Amir Khan at least, because he's from Bolton himself. What kind of relationship do you have with Amir?
Well, we were both from the same amateur gym as well, Bury ABC. So we grew up with obviously in the same area, and then the same club as well. So I used to see him a lot there, and we got along really well, and we got to know his dad and brother and Amir quite well, because we were in the shows together and traveling all around the world together. So we saw each other. And it's encouraging because you see someone that big and you're training alongside with them, and it's a good thing to have.
You're the same weight as well. So have you ever shared the ring for some sparring rounds?
No, I've unfortunately not been able to, but I'd love to.
Yeah, I bet that's a shame. Well, look, at least you've still got a good relationship. Certainly for the region of Bolton, I'm sure there'll be a lot of fans that are looking, thinking, "Oh, maybe you could do as well as he does with a great." And I'm sure you'd be smiling all the way out the bank if you do, mate. So, well, look, I'm sure you won't look past your opponent, but should you start winning this, you're starting to get towards double figures without being beaten. Where would you see yourself going quite soon? Would you start wanting this challenge for North titles, like an area title, or do you see yourself looking down the English route?
To be honest, I've said this before, in a previous interview as well, that I'm not too fixated on the titles in between. I've always said to Johnny and my trainer as well, my manager, that I'm fixated on that one goal, which is the world title, the end goal. So I'm not too bothered what happens in between, as long as I know that I'm moving to the right direction and I'm progressing each time, and that end goal is the world title.
Just leave it with the promoters and the matchmakers, right? They'll put the right people in front of you. It's a really good way to look here. I think some people do get fixated around, I've got to get that belt, then that belt, then that. Yeah, that's quite a nice natural route. But sometimes you see other fighters that miss certain belts and end up getting further along in their career quicker because they're ready, especially if you're being fast-tracked. Well, look, brilliant stuff on you there, and I'm sure you'll do great in your fight next week. Looking forward to watch that. With regards to your division, domestically, there's some real great fighters out there. So I think 2 weeks after, I'm sure, if you follow the sport and the division, which I'm sure you do, but Esserman will be fighting Chris Jenkins for the British and Commonwealth title. What are your thoughts on that? Who do you think might win that?
I've not seen too much of Esserman. I know he's a good boxer. He was in the GB squad a lot of the time as well when I was an amateur. Obviously, I was a bit younger, but I've not seen much of him. But I know he'll be a good fight. To be honest, I can't really pick and choose. I'm thinking maybe Chris Jenkins, because he's got the experience. He's been through the half 12 rounds, and so I'm guessing maybe he can just that experience just work for him, and he'll get the win.
Yeah, both of those are friends of the show. We've had them both on recently, and I think you're right. You've got one, you're right, with a bit more experience. The other one, undefeated record, maybe a bit more power. This one here, great. Another, let's see who wins that, and we wish both of them well. Did you watch the Josh Kelly fight against Avanesian?
Yeah, I did. I watched that fight.
What did you think?
I thought I kind of expected it to go like that, to be honest. I thought Avanesian come out relaxed. He was nice and relaxed, covering up, and Josh was a bit excited. He was trying to counter everything, and I think he just expended too much energy early on, whereas Avanesian was taking his time, relaxed, catching those shots, and just putting on him.
And he fairly deserved to win on the night. It looked like if Kelly was going to come through that, obviously didn't, but if he did, it looked like it was a collision course with Conor Benn. So providing Conor Benn comes through Vargas a few weeks down the line as well, how do you see Conor Benn getting on maybe against Avanesian?
I don't think he's ready, to be honest, yet. I think Avanesian is a step up, because I feel he's higher than European at the moment as well. He's well leveled, to be honest. So yeah, I think maybe in a few years when the time's right, but right now I think Avanesian he's got that man strength, and he's got that experience again, and I just think he'll be a bit too much.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where Avanesian goes now, because that is a bit of a glamour division. And you're right, I think there's a lot of people out there saying, let's let him have a shot at one of them big ones, and he may have one of them belts. Well, the final question before I let you go on the division, as I said, that glamour division, who's the best one for you? Is it Spence or is it Crawford?
I don't know. I ask this myself all the time as well. I get asked this a lot as well, but I think I'll have to go with Spence, just because I feel like he can fight in there. He's got that dog in him where he can fight till the 12th round, and he seems to never get tired, to be honest, which is crazy. But then again, you could say the same about Terence Crawford. So it's 50-50, But if I had to choose, I'd say Spence.
I tell you what, it's so interesting the way you answer. Every time I interview a welterweight, which is quite often, I always tend to ask certainly about those two, because it is a 50-50, and they'll always start, no matter who they favour, with one, and then it always ends up with, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, or if they're both undefeated, that fight has got to happen for the first anyway, at least. Well, look, Sahir, great having you on, first time on the show. We look forward to having you on again. Good luck in your fight on Friday.
Thanks.
And we'll pick up with you after, all right?
No problem. Thanks for that.
Cheers, bud.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.